Okay.
Okay.
Let's see if anybody shows up
this.
Let's see if
Let's
anybody
see if anybody wants to
chat about
chat
the
about the
hobby
hobby out there. Okay. Let's see if anybody shows.
Got my
Got my echo going. That's always good. I love echoes.
But
Now we know we're good to go.
As
people start hopping in, I'm just going to do a little bit of quick tab adjustments here.
And
let's talk about
what we got going
on.
I'll have to be able to
check the chat. Where's the chat at?
Pop
out chat. I can't pop out chat. Look at this.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Who's out here?
Who's out here in the chat? We got Galaxy Card Shop. Hello, how we doing? Galaxy's just putting in the work
on the
live streams today. I love it.
Hello, Joey.
Hello, Joey.
How we doing?
How we doing?
Still echoey.
Still echoey.
Well, that's crazy.
Well, that's crazy.
How can that be?
How can that be? Let's see.
Who's that? Stand by.
Hold on.
Let's see what's going on here. I
literally don't have any other windows open.
How could there be
an echo? Man, rookie mistakes out here.
Oh my goodness, I have the webcam turned on as well. I didn't scroll on the audio mix. Holy smokes, idiotic. Okay, we got there. We're fixed. We're good. Holy smokes. All right, it's fine. Every stream has to have an hour or a minute of troubleshooting at the beginning. That's just how it goes. I'm not in control here. I think I'm in charge of any of this? No, it just happens. Anyways, what's up, y'all? How we doing? Rar's out here. Appreciate you. Shug, what's up, man? How we doing? Son of Merc, how we doing? Good to see you guys. How's everybody doing? We're just out here. We're live. It's Tuesday night. I have nothing else to do. I thought we'd talk about the Hobbs, man. Talk about the Hobbs and see what's up. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Look at all y'all showing up. Jeez, well, I should actually have something to prepare to something to talk about, huh? I thought it'd be fun to just do what I do so many nights on various Discords that I'm a part of and things like that. I just scroll through TCGPlayer and we just look at prices together. You guys think that'd be fun? You guys just want to hang out with me and just look at card prices? I mean, what do you guys think? Is that something that sounds like fun? If not, we can do kind of talk about whatever. But I got the chat pulled up. You guys are my priority. I'm not seriously trying to research or anything. I'm just here to hang out with y'all. So let me know. Let me know what you want to talk about. You got any questions? Throw it in the chat, y'all, because that's kind of why I'm here. So let's do it. Son of Mark is here for the impromptu rambles. I love that. Look, Merc, I knew I liked you. All right, so let's. Oh, there is 50 people in here. Listen to me just BS on a Tuesday night. That's incredible. Let's actually take a look and see what we got going on. I like to do, just to give you guys an idea of how I like to snag some data from TCGPlayer. I always go to the various different sets. I go down and look at the sets. So we're gonna look at a couple sets here. I'm gonna open up a bunch of tabs, and we're just gonna ingest data. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how the pros do it, and I'm gonna show you how I do it. I'm definitely not a pro, but it should be interesting. Let's go back all the way back to Stellar Crown, y'all. Let's see what Stellar Crown is up to. See what Sealed is looking like right now. After the holidays, we're January's already half over, which is incredible, right? That's a crazy thing to think about. Terrifies me. But we're already here, right? So let's see what's up. Let's start way back in Stellar Crown. Look at these sealed products here. Let's see what we got going on. Stellar Crown ETB 115 market. How are Stellar Crown boxes $265? Let's check it. Whew. Look at that bounce. Look at that bounce off the floor. Ridiculous on the Stellar Crown box. That's crazy. Sell-throughs, okay. These are the two things, just to guys, kind of give you guys an idea of like what my ideas are when I go to look at this stuff. Is there's lots of numbers, so let's make the most of it. 3 months is okay, good thing to look at. I like to look at the month sales as well, because it tells you the total sold right here, and then the average daily sold right here, which should be the most accurate to like the now, the happening right this second. So I like to compare the amount sold versus what's listed currently, which is this number here, current listed. So important numbers here to look at. So the sell-through for Stellar Crown booster boxes is not amazing, because this number, total sold, is only about, what, that's like a third of what's actually listed. So as far as like numbers going up and down, it should be pretty stable, or trending either sideways or maybe even down a little bit if people are in a hurry to sell these boxes. Kind of depends. So, but yeah, just like, I like to just flip through all the booster boxes sometimes, just check it all out. DJ's Poke Center, how we doing? Appreciate you hopping in. Shug says, teach me how to use TCGPlayer. I literally have never used it before. Shug, shut up. We're having fun. We're just chilling, all right? Noah says, Mason, what's your favorite TCG? Pokemon, of course. I do obviously a ton of fun with Magic, and I love selling Magic, and Magic is very difficult for me to wrap my brain around because I'm so simple-minded, but you know, Pokemon as a game is more my speed. So I do enjoy the game, and I also love the IP, obviously. So definitely where my heart is at with the TCGs is Pokemon, for sure. So Stellar Crown, $265 for a box. How's Surging doing? Let's see what Surging's up to. ETBs are just, oh, that's Pokemon Center, hold on. 75 for an ETB, okay, that's not bad. So Stellar Crown was 265. Surging Sparks is 257, so 260-ish a box. All right. Interesting little tale here. Now, Surging Sparks actually had a pretty good run here recently, where it had like some more products come to market, and we were able to get some more Surging Sparks. Surging Sparks still seems to be like a set that's like in the mix of things I could put into these big boxes and stuff like that. So I'm not surprised that this is a lower box, even though it has Pikachu on the front, right? Which is a cool little thing. But yeah, look at the amount listed right now on TCGPlayer. 1,000 boxes is pretty crazy. And then 170 or 134 more than Stellar Crown, but still not anywhere close to like the equilibrium of listed amounts versus what sold through. So interesting. Kyle says, I want to discuss the new direct minimum. I do both direct and free shipping for the regular orders, so I'm curious how the $4.99 shipping goes for you. Yeah, Kyle, I do $4.99 shipping. That just ensures if somebody buys something that it's worth my time for my guys to pull it separately from an RI, a direct order, basically, for people that aren't in direct. An RI is a direct order. So that's, hey, if you want me to pull it for you, it's going to cost you $5 shipping. It's just what I do. So this is Surging Sparks. Still, all these boxes still trending up. This one is a little flat on the 3-month. This is a 3-month from now. It would be back in October. So through like the Black Friday sale and into the holidays as well. So this is a nice little thing to see where we spiked up and then where it has fallen maybe since that big sale day. So this is a good little time to start looking at this kind of stuff to see how much was hype driven and how much that number pushed up, and then how it's leveled off now since we're here after the holidays. Shug says, no, I was serious. We don't have TCGPlayer here. I know. Shug is in Japan, so that's definitely worth talking about. Guys, we have 75 people here watching me talk about Surging Sparks booster boxes and rambling about selling 25-cent cards for $5 shipping. I'm here for it, okay? Happy Tuesday. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Again, we're just looking at TCGPlayer, kind of vibing. I'm here looking at the chat. Happy to answer questions or talk about anything you guys want to. I really just, you guys tell me what you want to talk about. I'm here. Nyrus7 Gaming says, quick question. If I join the direct program, can I opt out of it later if need be? Yes. You should be able to, there'll be like a little checkbox for you to like check and say, hey, I want in. Or when I want out, you can uncheck it and it'll take you out of the direct program. So yes, it's pretty easy. It's going to take a couple days for it to adjust, I think, and kind of get your numbers adjusted like that. But yeah, it's you can opt out. You can opt in, sell a bunch of cards if you want to, and then hop back out and then readjust your prices and stuff like that. You can do that anytime you want. Yeah. Oh, Kyle says you can't reapply again for 3 months. I didn't know that you had to wait 3 months. That's crazy. Drew P, how we doing? Appreciate you hopping in. Hello. How we doing? Cobb says, is now a good time to sell all of my Pokemon cards? All of them? Probably not all of them. Now's probably a good time to like sell like your tag teams. Stuff like that. Those seem to be as hot as ever. Vintage seems like it's doing pretty strong right now. Could be a good time if you want to move that type of stuff. But look, whatever you want to do is really. People always ask like, "Hey, is now a good time? Is now the perfect time?" Nobody knows, right? That's an impossible question to answer. But I can tell you that you can sell anything right now for the asking price, the market price, whatever you want. You know, or reasonably around there, if you put out the effort. There's buyers for everything right now, so of course, you can absolutely sell anything and everything right now, if you want to. Hydron says, do you sell Riftbound? I do sell Riftbound when I can get it. Your second question, how's the supply? Awful. We were supposed to get a restock or a second wave of that before the holidays, and we just didn't. So that's always fun. That's always good. I love that. But yeah, I would love to do more with Riftbound. I'd love to open and sell singles for Riftbound. It's just the market's not stable enough. I'm not confident enough in the game just because Universes traditionally sucks, especially singles value for such things. So I'm just not dealing with it as far as like singles and things like that. I don't want to. I'm too scared. I'm a big chicken to do that. So from what I hear, singles sell through is pretty decent, but yeah, I just don't want to mess with it. Let's talk about prismatic evolutions. Oh man, look at these numbers here. What an incredible amount of sell-through going into the holidays. And even now, look at these pretty strong numbers. I mean, through the weekend here, almost 200 packs sold. On the 11th, packs are selling for this very aggressively. Obviously, it's a great set. Hold on, it's not a great set. It's a fun set in theory. Very difficult set to open and do stuff. Breakers love this set. Online sellers, whatnot sellers love this set. Huge upside potential, huge potentials to score and hit big cards, valuable cards, but most of the time people get nothing. So a rough set to open, but I think it's always going to be a good seller for like online platforms. So we saw 3,500 packs sold in this past month, but there's 12,000 packs on the market currently listed. I think actually most of those is from Card World in Texas. Let me see. Pokebestial has 500s. There's somebody that has like a ridiculous number of them listed. At least maybe the last time I looked at it. Yeah, Trading Card World right here. So that's 7,800 of the packs right there, and they're at $22 a pack. So, you know, don't always take this amount listed as like a gospel. I still think the 1 month of 3,500 packs selling on TCGPlayer is pretty freaking strong. We haven't been looking at all the packs just because we've been looking at booster boxes mainly, but that's a lot of packs. That's a lot of prismatic packs going through the system. So obviously a lot of this is out there and in supply. There's still products of stuff hitting Sam's Club, Costco's. I predict we're going to probably have more prismatic even into this year, probably up into the summertime. And even then, like, you know, we had 151 packs. I got 151 packs from Distro. December. 151. Which was way past the time that I thought we would ever be getting Distro access to 151 packs, but we did. So who knows how long this set could hang around, how often they're going to throw these packs around or make different types of box products and things like that. I expect this to be probably... it's going to be hanging around, for sure. But yeah, as long as the sell-through stays the same, I don't think it's going to get any lower. You know, if we look at the 6 month here, it dipped right around 850, 850-ish. And that's kind of just like where it's has always bottomed out. Just because I think at that point, people just snag them. Just because, you know, rip and shippers and people like that, they just need to really have a good supply of this stuff. So I think people they really just gobble them up, I think. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, this is the floor right here. Almost 50,000 booster packs of prismatic sold on TCGPlayer in this last year. That's a crazy number. That's a crazy number. That's a lot of packs, y'all. Lee says, do you open packs often? Not a ton. I do some breaks and stuff like that when a new set drops, just to kind of open things for that kind of stuff. But I don't open a ton of packs of, like, I'm not opening a bunch of prismatic every day. No, I'm not. I see a lot of it being opened, but yeah. Nair says, Riftbound sells incredibly well, of course. Every time I list Riftbound, 90% of the sales for Riftbound. Okay, cool. That is awesome. Nair also says, I've never opened 151 packs. That is crazy. That there's people... See, this is the incredible thing about Pokemon, and just like the cycle that we're in, and just Pokemon in general. There's people coming and going all the time. That there's somebody that has never opened a 151 pack, and you're like deep enough in the weeds to be like finding my channel and on my live stream at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday, and then you've never opened a 151 pack. Those things should not mix together. Those two things should not be a Venn diagram overlapping, but it is, which is incredible. Henry's Poke Corner says, let's go. Mason's live stream. Hell yeah, man. Tuesdays, I'm just chilling. So we're just hanging out, looking at some prices, going over some things, just throwing my thoughts on the wall. And there's 100 of you sitting here listening to me ramble about prismatic evolutions, which is just wild. YHF says, I've never opened Pokemon. That's... You sure about that? Henry says, be nice, Shug. Shug is nice. Shug is a friend. He plays like he's a meanie, but he's actually a big sweetie. Yeah, Galaxy says, yeah, it doesn't count the ETBs. Of course, there's tons of prismatic ETBs floating around, too. Let's take a look at that. That's Pokemon Center. Regular. Y'all. 125 for these ETBs is bonkers. For as many as these as supposed to be out here, that's a crazy number. 24,000 prismatic ETBs sold on TCGPlayer. And the needle just keeps going up here. Again, dip around the holidays, we're back and rebounded again, which I think is going to be a trend that we continue to see here, folks. Is that dips during the holidays, and then we've whatever the shrinkage, the bubble constricting. I don't know what term. Shrunk a little bit, and now we're back inflated once again, just because you know, the buyers are back basically. So prismatic's very interesting. Yeah, these are never going to go to MSRP in my opinion. This product's, any sort of Prismatic Evolutions product is never going to be MSRP. It'd be very, very difficult for it to get there. There'd have to be such an incredible amount of it dumped. And again, you're looking at 2,000 or almost 3,000 ETB sitting on a TCGPlayer right now, and they're still selling 45, 20, 40, 30 every day on the platform. There's always going to be buyers for this product, even though it's not fun to open and it's just doesn't feel great. There's still buyers for it, so that's where we're at. Didn't you hear that they're not reprinting booster boxes anymore? I did hear that. Another thing that I've talked about in videos too, that booster boxes, they are not, they're blue chip in the sense that there's not a lot of them to go around, but they just don't make very many of them because they'd much rather open and make all this type of stuff, tins and boxes and supplies like this and that kind of stuff, rather than make more booster boxes. Booster boxes have an incredibly low income per pack ratio for Pokemon than like these big boxes and specialty collections and UPCs and all this stuff. Even ETBs, they make more per pack selling it wholesale than they do a booster box. So makes sense to me that we are not seeing as many booster boxes. Absolutely. Especially after the fact. I think they'll always make booster boxes, but yeah, they're definitely never going to go back and reprint booster boxes. And that gives you an idea of like why. That gives you an idea of like if it's truly about lowering the pack price, they just print a bunch of booster boxes. But no, they don't. You know, they just don't bother. If it was truly about making things cheaper and getting supply out there, they would just crank booster boxes. Like Shug says, booster bundles, but they don't. Booster bundles are extremely easy. They're a good form factor. They're good for me. Like I like booster bundles too. It's a nice price range for a customer to come into the store and like buy. It's a very accessible number to get 6 packs real quick off the rip. It's pretty fun and a good product because there's no frills, just packs, right? But we don't see a whole lot of them either. Not in the way that we typically do. So especially for Prismatic, they'd much rather make these little junky tins and waste the metal and manufacturing of this stuff because they're able to make more per pack off of this stuff than booster bundles at the wholesale level. Again, doesn't matter what the pack price is for Pokemon, they make the same amount of money from MJ Holdings and all the distribution companies on that. So they're going to make this stuff where they have more meat on the bone per pack than these. That's just how it's always going to be. These things are the biggest scam in the world. What's in here? 4 packs and a promo? And like they make so much more off of these than just making bundles. Like when you talk about per pack, yeah. People gotta understand. It's never been about making packs as cheap as possible. It's getting more product out there. Okay. Journey Together. Journey Together's been kind of a quiet one, huh? Since its release, that's kind of been oh, not that one. Remember, there's two different booster boxes now, so we got to check both. The real one, the enhanced ones are the real booster boxes. That's right, Northwoods. You do get those dividers in the surprise boxes. You're right. Journey Together. 135-ish. Not too shabby. Low sell-through for this month total, but not a whole lot of them available either. I think this is in a good spot. Journey Together is not a... There's so many other sets I would say that we need before Journey Together. And this set just got absolutely trounced when Destined Rivals came out. Like, everybody instantly forgot about Journey Together because Destined Rivals is just such an amazing set. And then Black and White. And, I mean, this set just got railroaded into nobody caring. I think it's a solid set. It's okay. It's pretty decent. Decent Pokemon. Decent trainers and stuff in it, but nobody cares. When you have Destined Rivals knocking on your door, nobody cares about the booster box for this. So, yeah, who's going to spend $235 on a Journey Together box when you could buy a Destined Rivals box for what? $3... Well, we'll see in a second, won't we? We'll see what it is. Let's go ahead and look at packs as well. We can look at packs. What's the ETBs going for? I do like these ETBs. They are cool looking ETBs, but under 85 for an ETB. You know? Lee says, is MJ Holding legit? Sometimes they seem to sell repackaged stuff. MJ Holding is who stocks Walmart's, Targets around a lot of the country. They get their stuff straight from Pokemon most of the time. They may buy from secondhand dealers sometimes, but most of the time MJ Holding is getting it straight from Pokemon, so it shouldn't be repackaged. I wouldn't doubt that it could happen. And there's definitely people that you're not supposed to, but get returns and return tampered product and stuff like that. Who knows? But I'm not gonna sit here and like defend MJ Holding. But no, Lee, they should be legit most of the time. Absolutely. Galaxy says, I have a feeling they will crown Zenith Prismatic. They will crown, like pump out ETBs for the next year and a half. They probably should. I wouldn't mind getting some more Prismatic ETBs. Diffused, hi Diffused. Mason, any insight on build and battle allocations since Journey Together? Those used to be one of my favorite products, but the newer sets are ridiculously overpriced. Yeah. A lot of that has to do with, build and battles are pre-release kits, basically. That's where they came from. I think they used to send those out to, like, GameStop, Walmart, Targets. I don't know if they do anymore. Have you guys ever seen build and battle kits in, like, a GameStop here recently? They used to, but I don't think they do anymore. I think they... again, I think they kind of keep those for stores, and then they kind of use the rest of the packs and put them in other stuff. So they probably don't make a whole lot of overstock for that stuff because they want to use those packs and things for other products, if I had to guess. But yeah, there's definitely not as many build and battle kits, the pre-release kits. YFH says, I remember last year, January, February was lean off the back of Sir Left Trails in December. Mid-February is when things felt back to routine. Yeah. Yeah, holidays in general are typically for casuals. They spent a lot of money. Won't be till tax times that we get another turnaround and some better stuff, or at least more money being available to spend on silly things. I hear a kitty. I know the kitty's being a pest. Henry says, I'd love to talk about some Japanese. Yeah, we've talked about Japanese. Let's get through the English. Let's go through, let's hit the big boy of Destined Rivals. Oh, Destined Rivals. What a great set. These ETBs could be, there's some pretty good ETBs out there, but this could be the greatest ETB ever made, in my opinion. Not based on like pricing, but just on the sense of like, I love the aesthetic of this box. It's freaking sick. This is a very good ETB. This is a good box. Look at this bad boy too. No dip for the holidays for this box. Straight to the moon. Straight up line on the 6 month. Holy smokes. And then, yeah, look at 117 listed. Not a lot. 200 sold and 117. That's this is the ratio you like to look at as far as like if things are going up or down on TCGPlayer. This is not a good sign when the sell-through in a month is double what's out there on the market. Up and away. Look at this bad boy as well. The booster box. God, $400 for a booster box that is not that old is nutty. This is crazy. But could be the best set of Scarlet and Violet outside of 151. Best standard set. I think that'd be a good argument. Mio Gandhi says, Lorwyn Eclipse collector display, a good hold? Well, they did go up about $100 in the past week, and they haven't even released yet. So if you got them super early, but you never know anyone with Magic, because they held all the Avatar collectors and threw them on Amazon. So the quintessential thing with Magic, Wizards, Hasbro, is if somebody made money off their products the last set, the set after that, they're going to find a way to pick that money back up themselves. They don't want game stores or collectors or anybody to make money. They don't want you to make money. They want to make the money. So if there's anywhere in the chain where they can make more money, they're going to do it. That's what makes Magic very difficult to predict what they're going to do. Because what worked just the previous set, they're going to change something. They're going to put serialized stuff in it. They're not going to put serialized stuff in it. They're so inconsistent with what they do that it makes it very difficult to like say, yes, always do X. Rar says, do you have any thoughts on what decks might be meta after rotation? Yeah, I mean, we'll see if fighting decks pick up. I know that water is getting a pretty big punch. So we'll see if water can hang. People say Guardy's out, but Guardy's never out. I think there's still an opportunity for Guardy to still be, or Psychic in general, just to be doing its thing. So we will see. Yeah, Destined. God, what a great box. We need a bunch more of this. And I'd be very, very happy to have a bunch more boxes of this. We could always sell these. Looking at the sell-through, we got basically like a 1-to-1 for what's available and what's sold through. So that's a good thing to look at. Yeah, this price ain't going nowhere unless they put some more products out in the market. Destin is another set too that they surely have a backlog of, and we will be seeing Destin Rivals packs in the next collection boxes for the next year. Lots of this product still floating around, and they knew it was going to be a good set, so there's plenty of this. Just not in booster box form, I don't think. So, all right, let's do black and white, y'all. Let's talk about black and white. You guys know I'm pretty bullish on black and white. I think black and white is even now pretty crazily undervalued. You know, I don't think there's any reason why packs should be any less than $10. The amount of value that you can pull out of these boxes, out of any pack, where these art rares are $10, $20, $30 sometimes. You're not even looking at the SARs. The SARs are also crazy. Like, That's the 6 month. The 3 month. The same little V graph right around the holidays, and then back again. We just got a collection box of these that just got pumped out at Sam's Club and Costco. But what else do they do? What do they do? How do you make more of this set? Surely they do have more boxes and things of this kicking around, but or more packs of this sitting around. But what do you do after that? Every product you put it in, it has to be a black and white themed item, because Pokemon very rarely puts these type of specialty sets packs in other types of products. So yeah, I just think it's crazy. 85 for an ETB. It's like a 2-to-1 sell through for Black Bolt. White Flare's probably lower. Yeah, less. Black has always been the better of the two. Oh, broken. This is the first broken chart we've found so far tonight. It's a bummer. But yeah, white is always lags behind black. At least it seems so far. Even Japanese too. So yeah, I think black and white's great sets to hold on to. All the art rares. Very low population of these on TCGPlayer anywhere. They are because there's so many of them. There's just such a low likelihood of hitting any single one. The black Zekrom, the white Reshiram card, amazing. Red Victinis I thought were gonna be like a dud, but they're still crazy expensive. We'll look at singles too in a second, but yeah. I just really like the idea of black and white, like long term, just because I think it's just such a weird product. A single set spread across 2 different packs. It's just a lot going on that makes this a weird, funky thing. We're already to, oh, we need to do Mega Evolution before Phantasmal. Let's do this. Looking at enhanced boxes for Mega. What do you guys' thought on Mega? What's the deal? What do you guys feel? I like Mega a lot. I think it's a great set. Whew, look at that bounce. The holiday bounce. And then, oh my goodness. Who came through and bought 88 of these 2 days ago? What a madman. Pretty good sell-through too. Look at that. That's almost 700 boxes. A Mega Evo sold in a month. That's a lot of boxes. Even if you take this out of there, it's still 600 boxes. It's pretty good sell-through. I'm interested. Let's do, yeah, ETBs, 80 bucks for the 2 of them. Gardevoir, or Lucario used to be way more expensive, but now they kind of leveled out a little bit more. I still have a bunch of Gardevoirs, actually. I forgot, there's never packs in this. I gotta go back. See what packs are doing. Yeah, Mega boxes are still pretty strong with the beautiful Bulbasaur promo in them, but the packs themselves below $6 right now. It's kind of a skid on that, but again, boxes are $250. So 600 boxes being sold for an average of $6.94 for a booster box. Or you could buy loose packs for cheaper. For below $6. So you could be saving over $1 by just buying 36 Mega Evo packs. Yeah, makes sense. Totally rational. Totally rational behavior for that to be the case. And of course, obviously, we get Mega Evolution and stuff in boxes and stuff that get broken down and stuff. So a lot of packs out there, like 6,600 packs available. But I always think it's really, you know, you're supposed to be getting a great deal when you buy a booster box. It's supposed to be less of a, you know, loose pack price, but not right now. Even at this price, 240 was 240, 240, 240. It's still $6.66. So you're still paying 70 cents more per pack buying a booster box. People really do love that Bulbasaur promo. That's the only thing I can think of. The reasoning being. Let's do Phantasmal. We'll run through this real quick. Now, Phantasmal, I was actually surprised at how well these boxes are holding, just because we got so many on the Wave 2. Below 80 on the ETB, but that's absolutely fine. Look at these little spikes. Look at these little spikes up. Whew. Got sell-through as well. Again, more sold in the past month than is listed currently. Just saying, throwing it out there. Look at boxes for Phantasmal. Let's see what they're doing. Whew, look at that sell-through. 1,900 with only 1,200 listed. That's very, very healthy. That's a healthy sell-through. Yeah, I was surprised these did not go. Looks like they bottomed out at like 220-ish. I thought for sure they'd probably hit 200 just because of the big amount that we got. But no, they held. They held at 220, it looks like, and they did not move any further than that, which is crazy. Again, I mean, just speaks to the sell-through being so high. While we're thinking about it, let's look at yeah, this guy. Y'all seen what's going on with this guy? The old Mega UPC. Lots of them still available. Lots and lots and lots of them. That's pretty good sell-through, though. That was more than what I thought it would be. That's more than what I thought. That's pretty strong. And I've talked about this before, too, in a couple videos, but I'll say it here. If these hit, like, 120, I will absolutely bust these and just break every single one of them. Maybe not every single one, but most of them. And I'll just... The packs are... There's, what, 18 packs in here? 16? 16, 18? 18 packs. The pack values are way more than that. So, like... the promo's still holding at, like, what, 30 bucks? The Oricorio is, like... 5-10, like, that's my money. That's my money. That's actually more money at 120. I'm actually doing better off breaking them down than just selling them at 120. So me and every other LGS across the country that still has their back rooms full of these will do exactly that. And then these numbers, this number goes down pretty quickly. Interesting. But it's looking like I don't have to worry about that because it looks like we are holding pretty well strong above 140, which again, I think 140 is kind of like the break-even-ish point, so I may as well just keep it whole. But if I run out of packs and I don't have packs to sell, I will definitely bust these. These are definitely good products to be busting because we'll look at, when we go to look at singles, we'll look at and we'll see that these are just fine if we bust them open. Plus, there's a sick playmat in there. The playmat's cool. Sleeves are always good for a couple bucks. You know, I can break down all this stuff and sell this stuff pretty easily. Plus, it's a black Charizard, which people also just eat up. So, Lunatic says Pokemon Center ETBs over booster boxes. I mean, I don't know. They Pokemon Center TVs are, they're just hard to sell, man. When they get so expensive, it's very, very hard for people to justify walking into a store like mine or even buying something off of TCGPlayer for like $300, $400. That's just a crazy premium for an exclusive product that really, other than the promos, not really worth it. But they do sell. They just take a very long time. Yeah, I don't really like Pokemon Center ETBs as far as like, I don't want a ton of them on my wall in my store. Maybe one-ofs. I'll have one or twos. But if somebody wants to come in and something like 4 of them at a time, I'm good. Kaiser TCG says, Black Bolt White Flare, if you open enough packs of it, at least 400, and you grade, is actually a positive ROI. I believe it. Like, I actually believe that. Pokeanese sitting around watching me. Brian, do you do any work? Like, do you do work at all? Either you're live streaming or you're watching live streams. I'm joking. I love you. Oh, yeah. Shug says the premium on the Japanese black and white, the deluxe boxes. I don't even want to know, like, what those are doing. I don't even want to, like, I'm sure they're crazy. We get, like, an AR every pack or whatever. I'm sure those are insane. Pokepasters here. Hello. How we doing? Everyone fake hating Charizard yet again? I'm not fake hating Charizard. I love Charizard from the stance that he's very, very easy to sell. I like him as a Pokemon, I guess, as well, but like also like I'm not crazy about him. And I don't dislike him either. I'm not very big on the contrarian train, you know? Yeah, so what was I going to say about UPCs? It is incredible to me that we did not see the same type of attitude towards these that we did as the Charizard UPC. And we've all saw where that happens. So entry point on these guys may not be as good, but clearly we can see what a product that features Charizard can do when you look at a regular Charizard UPC. So, and I think the accessories in these is, the accessories are better, the promos are not, right? I love that Charizard promo. Oricorio is like, eh. Even though I love Shinji Kanda. I love the art. Shinji Kanda is my favorite artist for Pokemon, but it's a bird. It's a firebird, you know? Like, if I wanted a firebird, I'd get Moltres, right? So, like... But, yeah, these are no-brainers. If they stop producing these could very, very quickly go to, you know, $200 boxes by the end of the year. Or they'll dump a bunch of these back in our laps, and then they'll go to 120. One or the other. We'll see. I was going to look at Ascended Heroes, but even, like, TCGPlayer doesn't have a ton of it up. So it's kind of like, what's the point? This price is going to look like a fever dream. Like, people are going to wish they could buy these at 120 when the release comes. This is insane price for the CTV. I think these could very, very easily be more expensive than this. I think a lot of people are underprepared for Ascended Heroes. And then the way that Perfect Order is shaping up, it's going to be what most people are probably chasing, is Ascended Heroes. At that same time, let's be honest. So, this feels cheap to me. Let's sealed products here, guys. You guys want to look at anything else sealed product? Or we can just go and look at singles, which is always the fun thing to look at. So, anything else you guys want me to look at? throw it to the chat. Let me know what you guys want to see. Shug says, I'll buy your playmats accessories if you don't want them. Shug, is it true that Japanese people love like the American like ETB sleeves and things? Because I guess they're exclusive. Whereas it's the other way for us, that I would love to have all the Japanese sleeves and cool accessories that we don't get here. It's kind of funny how that works out. Sean says, I've never spent that much on a Pokemon Center ETB. A booster box is a different story. Yeah, I think Pokemon Center ETBs are a cool novelty at like $200, not $350. Me personally. Pokepaster says, I had somebody pick up an order of 6 Pokemon Center ETBs the other day. Hey, I love that for you. I love that. Pokey says, my wife asks me that all the time about whether I asked him if he worked or not. Lee says, how long do boxes stay on the shelf before you think of discounting them? Lee, I do pretty good at like keeping up with the market prices. Sometimes I do just have them more expensive just because I want them to be expensive. But I try to stay pretty close to the market on a lot of things. I have one of my guys go through and look at prices for stuff every other week or so. So we try to be pretty close. Maple Lodge says, Mason, what's your take on card shows and how it all the vendors affect brick and mortar stores in terms of getting trades and selling sealed products? On one hand, customers dislike LGS selling at market price, but they seem to be perfectly fine to allow vendors to do it at card shows. What's your opinion on this? Maple Lodge, that's crazy. What a crazy concept that people that are profiting off of things that they bought at MSRP, being able to sell them at card shows at market price, but an LGS can't. What a crazy concept. What a crazy concept. Yeah. You know. Maple Lodge, I do, to answer your actual question, actually answer it. I enjoy that people enjoy the buying and selling aspect of this. It kind of legitimizes a lot of things. It's okay to gamify your hobbies in this way. It's not a bad thing. And I'll even go further, that it's not a bad thing to gamify it in the sense of you are buying things and selling things that other people, other consensual adults, are also buying. Does that make sense? I don't get hung up on it too bad. Let me readjust this window. Whoop. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. See. Now I gotta cut this top off. Man. Professional. I just want you guys looking at my tabs. Don't look at my tabs, y'all. Don't look at the tabs. If you look at the tabs, you see all my secrets, and I don't like that. There's no way to do it. There's no way to do it. All right. Oh, man. Here. Have it be distorted then, I guess. That looks worse. Let's not do that. Oh, man. That's fine. That's fine. We'll keep it like that. That's crazy. All right. We're going to look at singles. Let's look at some singles. Again, I just like to go through, and I flip it to best selling, and I just like to flip through and see what things are moving right now. Boom, 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 boom. This is like me checking the SMP of like Pokemon when I do this. I flip through all these, and I see where the vibe is, and see which way the market in general is going. It's a fun thing to do. I recommend you do it as well. Sure. All these big cards, major cards. We're gonna get a vibe. We're gonna check it all out and do it like this. So we're gonna get a little peeky poo at all these cards. Always near mint. I gotta make sure to check it all the time. Well. This Zard was supposed to crash, wasn't it? Wasn't this Zard supposed to go to 250? Didn't we have people in the hobby say that this card was gonna go way low? Huh. That's crazy. Talking about the sell-through here, guys, again. 259 sell-through this last month. There's only 54 of these bad boys listed. 8 of these sold every day. 8 of these sold every day. And we are back up almost 10%. Wow. Charizard's popular. Who knew? Who knew? Charizard. A beautiful Charizard. Probably one of the best looking Charizards. I know we always say that, but like actually. Beautiful art on this card. And yeah. Yeah, this card I think bounced off the floor. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it ever really went. If it touched 400, it kissed it and then went right back up. To now we're back over at 530. And again, the demand is there. Demand is not diminished. We have a couple more weeks even until the new set drops and people get distracted by that. This card, it's going to be a good one for a hot minute, I think, you know? So good on old Charizard holding. Crushing it. Let's have Pokey and Ian catch them all, join the chat, and do a bitch fest. Pokey doesn't even do singles. He wouldn't even know what to talk about. That guy, if it's not sealed, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And Dan has other people making money for him now, so he's not even like, what good would he be on it live? Dan hasn't physically sold a card in months. These are all jokes, by the way. These are jokes. If anybody actually thinks I dislike anybody, you are mistaken. I love it, all of them. We're all friends. Even the Gold Zard. Gold Zard I was less excited about. And I think a lot of people are, based on the price, obviously. But I'm just saying. I think this card, again though, like look at the sell-through on this guy. 172, there's only 66 out there. Even after all the big flood of products, even after the wave 2 of all the booster boxes, and again, we're gonna get this set in. Again, they're gonna put this in every sealed product for the next 2 years. There's gonna be a Phantasmal Flames pack in these products, so people are gonna be busting these and being able to find these cards. But if the sell-through stays the way that it is, like, these prices have no chance of lowering at any time soon. So, And this card in particular is just truly rare. So they did exactly what they needed to with the gold cards, because people don't traditionally like the gold cards, but they do have like a certain gravitas to them as like the, you know, the super rare thing to hit that you know, I think they did the right thing and made them just super really hard to hit. Let's talk about this promo. Again, I'm going to flip over to near mint. We ain't looking at no damaged cards here. What are we doing? That this card, again, that this card is holding at $32 is kind of incredible to me. What's the sell-through looking like? Oh, wowzy. 2 grand of these selling in the last month. There's a lot of people liking that Charizard. That is still a lot of these out there in the market, but an average daily sold of 67 is kind of bonkers. Even for a promo. That's a lot of Zards changing hands. That's a lot of Zards. So, again, I love this card. I love the comic book aesthetic of all these. And people are going to need this guy for their comic book binder page when they get all the other ones from Ascended Heroes. So this guy's going to need a home in that as well. But, yeah. What a great card. This is a great card to get, like, your little nephew. You know? Like, this is like a perfect, like, hey, you have a 12-year-old in your life that you need a Charizard for. Like, this is a perfect card for them. They're going to think it's so sick, and it's just going to be, like, instantly... I can tell this card to anybody, hey, you want to get somebody a Pokemon card? This is it, right? Like, and this is going to be the one that I can point to for years. Especially if this stays as you know, this $30, $20, $30 range. It's going to be a great thing for me to just always be like, yep, get him this card. If they don't have this one yet, this is the one you want. Yeah. What a great Zardy. Cameron with a scorching hot take that grading is a scam. I've been saying it for years. So seller Zoom call in here, and we all listen to all these other guys enough. You guys don't ever get to hear from me, especially like unedited, off the cuff, answering your questions. Like, come on, this is a prime opportunity for you all. TCGPlayer needs to update that scan. It is a little washed out. It's a little blown out. It is, no doubt. Pokey says, Charizard go burr, Shinjikanda, 6 PSA, near mint, all the words. Yeah, see, he could be on here. We could have him. We'll have him on the next time. What is this promo in, Matt? This is the one that you get out of the Mega Charizard UPC. It's this one and the Oricorio, the Shinjikanda Oricorio. Maple Light says, what's your take on Pal World? If you want to, everybody subscribe to the Off Center podcast. We have a segment talking about the Pal World TCG coming out on Friday. So everybody, go to the top bar, go over to the search function, type in the Off Center pod, and subscribe, and you'll learn my take on Pal World TCG this weekend. All right, Umby. Sumbreon, tell me your secrets. Again, the same little V graph here. Kind of incredible. Where's my sound? Where's my music? Oh, I have to start a new one. Here, let's do this one. There we go. Sumbreon. He did touch 1,000 real briefly, didn't he? And then here we are back down. I think that this card is... It's hard because right now, right this second, right now, there's probably the most prismatic packs, and prismatic packs are as cheap as they've ever been right this second. So the idea that this card right now is at this price. What are we going to do when all the packs dry up and nobody's finding these in packs anymore? What do we think the price is actually going to do? I was going to say the sell-through is... even for this card, at $900 right now, $935, $940, this card is sold $35. I'm interested in seeing what that sell-through is compared to some other stuff that is of this similar price range. Let's look at Bubble Mew. How many Bubble Mews are selling? Of course, Bubble Mew now is about half the price that it used to be. But, once again, a pretty expensive card. Like, you're pretty, like... If you're buying a Bubble Mew, you're doing it pretty, like, calculated, I think. No one's buying a Bubble Mew just on a whim. At least I hope not. If you're dropping $480 because you think it's cute, you know. But, you know, 46 of these bad boys sold as well. So for the Sumbreon to be at 34, pretty hard to know. It's hard. It's hard to know. It's hard to know which way these are going to go, guys. Let's give it another 3 months or so before we see if it holds. It's a cool card. It's not Moonbreon cool though. Like, to me, it's not a generationally defining card, if you ask me that. Like, I think of, like, if you talk about, like, the you know, cards that, like, define, like, Scarlet and Violet, or like Sword and Shield and that type of stuff. Moonbreon is like the G, right? Like, it's like this generation's base set Charizard. And I've said that before. Where is this card sitting at? I don't know. It's not... It's cool. It's interesting. It's a pretty card. It just doesn't do it for me the same kind of way. So, that's where I'm at on it. The auto pack of Prismatic overshadows any individual hit in the set. I mean, yeah, but God packs are cool because you hit all the things in them, right? Like, that's kind of the funness of it. Give us a meow if you're reading the chat. All right, whatever. Speaking of, what's up, Moonbreon? How we doing? How you feeling? Where are we at? 6 months, 3 months. Looks kind of dramatic when you put it like that. What's a year like on this card? Let's actually, like, talk through this. So, the same thing that we always illustrate when people look at this graph, just like, oh my god, this is devastating. I'm getting crushed. Oh my goodness, how could we ever survive? And then you look at the year and you're like, oh wait, yeah, we've been here. We're still way above what it was even like 6 months ago. Okay, cool. Like, you know, it's just like, if we could make a single graph of a line going in a straight line from here to here, it would not be as scary and dramatic. You just got the extra little camel hump right here. Um, 16 sold in last month. There's 60 of them available on TCGPlayer. Shout out to Full Grip. Yeah, I mean, if you look at this and you kind of think of, like, again, this is to me, this is a iconic card in this hobby. It's also a lot of freaking money for a card. It's a lot of freaking money for a raw card. Paul says, Full Grip is a hell of a store. It absolutely is. Oh, of a store name, yes. It is. I don't know. What do y'all think about this? Can I do polls? I can do a poll. Oh, if we can do polls, we're about to have a lot more fun here, guys. We're about to have a lot more fun. We're going to start doing polls. All right. Moonbron, is it capped out? Or room to grow? Let's start that poll. We'll see what you guys think about this. Let's run it. I'm interested. We get to see this. This is gonna be great. Oh, I'm gonna start doing lots of polls. We're gonna do a lot of polls, guys. This is gonna be fun. I didn't know I could do polls. I didn't think about doing polls. Look at y'all. Y'all saying room to grow. That's crazy. Y'all are wildin'. This is $1,700 for a raw card. Y'all are capping. This ain't even real. You guys aren't real. I did notoriously do a video that said Umbreon was too cheap, but that's when it was like $600. And now it's 3 times that. 73% still room to grow. Y'all are lying. There's no way y'all think that there's less room to grow. That's crazy. Y'all are crazy. Maybe Mason's behind the Off Center Pod account. I mean, I spend a lot of time on it, but I can't stream and look at cards and read chat and put up polls at the same time. Jacob says, no one talking about black and white God packs for some reason. I mean, black and white's a weird set, bro. When are cards going to be up to collector card prices? Hey, Paul, who knows? All right, 40 votes in. 70% of you guys say that there's still room to grow on Moonbron. If y'all are a bunch of just actual degens that don't even, like, ignoring all logic, okay, that's fine. I mean, there's also 100 of you that didn't vote in this. Like, come on. Pick a side. Don't be like Dan, Catch 'em all collectibles. Pick a side. Charizard from 151. All right, Zardy, I see you hanging. You're hanging in there. $260 for a no-neck Charizard. Look at the sell-through, though, guys. 154. And there's 130 listed right now. That's just an incredible number. That's... sell-through on this card is crazy. Yeah, 151 is just a great set. 151 could be... If 151 is not the best set of all time, it could be top 5 for sure. We're gonna end the Charizard poll. You guys ended up at 67% saying that Moonbron has room to grow. That's disgusting. New poll. Is 151 the best set of all time? I know, it's divisive. Sorry to poll. Is 151 the best set of all time? Is it the best ever? Or, you know, Kanto ain't all that. Kanto ain't all that. I think 151 is actually probably, from the outside, as being like a, you know, what 151 represents more than it does, you know, what's actually in it and like stuff like that. I think what 151 represents and just like the feelings, the emotions of what people feel with 151. I think there's a lot of great. I just think it's so good. Best set of all time is kind of like strong, but I think it's definitely up there. I would argue that it's definitely the best set recently. So many people just came back from this set, and when people come back in the hobby around 151 still is bringing people into my store. Our people will be saying, "Hey, I got back into it at 151." Happens all the time. Super interesting how that goes. 260 for this Charizard. Let me see. Let me think about the chase out of 151. 151 we did not look at sealed, but if you didn't look at sealed pack prices for 151, they are on their way, on the rise. It will not take much to get 151 to be very, very expensive. $20 packs, you know, $20 packs easy. And if they're $20 packs, 260 feels kind of cheap. I don't know. It's hard to know, you know? Moral, or at least rationally, we're looking at this card and you're seeing, you know, really great sell-through, strong card, it's Charizard. A lot to like. It's a lot to like with this card. We're at 56%. Pretty close, actually. I'm actually surprised. Pretty close to at, I would say close to 50-50. That 50% of you think that this is the best set ever, and 50% of you guys think it ain't that great. Let's look at base set Zardy. Talking about the OG. Who came through and swept all these cards up here recently? Let's not do New Mint. New Mint's not a good enough sign. Let's do like LP. Yeah, we got a lot more selling at LP. Oh, that's a little uptick on this, isn't there? Don't sell base set Zards on TCGPlayer. Sell them on eBay. You'll get more. People want to see pictures of these old stuff. Little pro tip from somebody that loves TCGPlayer and how easy it is to sell on it. Just sell these bad boys on eBay. Because even then, like, the sell-through on eBay is going to be way above this too, so don't bother. But it is funny to see that card going up in price on that. Let's talk about Team Rocket's Mewtwo here, y'all. This card had a little bit of a settling, but again, this set only came out in... What did Desert Rumble come out? Like... I don't know, when did it come out? Alright, hold on. Destin, Rival, release, date. May! Okay. Came out in May. Paul says this is a sick Mewtwo. Paul, have you never seen this card before? It's pretty good. Definitely not what I thought they would have done with this card, but it's pretty sick, for sure. Let's talk about yeah, we can talk about this skid, right? But let's go to the one month here. Again, kind of tells a better picture. Again, the same little V, you know, the V around the holidays and then back up here. So did exactly what everything else did. Looks about even in this month from about mid-November to mid-January now. So yeah, pretty normal. I would say as just fine. Pretty normal. Justin Rivals is a crazy set because it has this card, a $400 card. And then there's Cynthia's Garchomp, Team Rocket's Moltres. What's the other one? What am I missing? Oh, the Nidoking. As SARs, all those are above $100. I think a lot of them are like $150. Dustin just has some crazy cards. A $400 card and then multiple other cards above $150 in a standard set. It's pretty good. 82 sell-through with 111 listed. 3 sold a day. It's pretty good. Pretty good sell-through for an expensive card. Because we were looking at what? We were looking at the Bubble Mew. Similar price point, we'll say. Half the sell-through. Obviously, it's an older card as well. But interesting. Interesting to see. A lot of it does have to do with, like, okay, yes, this is still a modern card. Oh, yeah, Ethan's Ho-Oh as well. Thank you, Kaiser. So there's five SARs. I think Ethan's Ho-Oh is also probably around-ish $100. So, yeah. Pretty incredible set. That I think every SAR is above $100. Or pretty close to $100. Pretty strong. Pretty good. Let's do a little old Gengi. Let's do that at LP, just see what they're doing. Oh, not a broken chart. Oh, look. Somebody's buying them out? December 29th, somebody was bored over the holidays and bought 7 LP Gengars. Yeah, definitely. Look at those prices. Oh, I guess it's not much spread. I saw that. Again, the graph tricks you. Thinking like, oh my goodness, look at this weird takeoff. It went up $2. It went up $2 here. It's not that crazy. It's funny. When you're talking full arts? Really? We're going to talk about a full art? I guess if a full art's $40, we'll talk about it. Look at that price. A full art for the most recent set is $40. And look at this, 5x sell-through in a month. That's crazy. Tell me why this card is almost $40, but the Mega Charizard UPC promo is $30, and it's a better looking card, but it's only $30. How does that work? It's a head scratcher, y'all. That is a head scratcher for sure. Let's go way back. Way back to the end of Sword and Shield, Fusion Strike. Gengar had a crazy little uptick. When did we see that little spike? Yeah, right here. I mean, apparently at the beginning of the year too, it had a little run too, which is crazy. But then it was just like, nope, yep, this is a $700 card, and this is not a $700 card. My opinion. This is not a $700 card. Just ain't. But yeah, obviously it's the market says it is, so hot take. We can do another poll. Let's do another poll. Gengar VMAX is overpriced. Please either bring me back to earth or validate my opinion that this is a $700 card. If you're telling me this is a $700 card, I'm okay with being wrong. but something tells me it's not. You guys tell me. What you guys think? While you guys are doing that, I'm going to catch up with the chat a little bit. Because I do want to read through this real quick. Paul says, next cost extra that when we were talking about those are. How about the sell-through of Evolving Skies booster boxes on eBay? 300 plus boxes in the past 3 months at $2,500. All right, Portal. Let's see what they're doing otherwise though. What are they doing on here? Ooh. $2,500? They're selling at $2,500 on eBay. Market on TCGPlayer is only $2,200. I guess $2,300, really. Heck, I'm pretty sure that I have a booster box on my website at Middletown. Yeah. Oh, it's $2,400. Okay. I thought it was at $2,300. Maybe if I lowered it to $2,300, I would sell it. Man, that's crazy. Also, shout out to cnagames.com. What a great website. Shirk says, I can go about that art. Are you doing it for me? It's a Sao Sao art, though. Come on. Sao Sao is awesome. I own this card, so I think I'm biased, but you think it's underpriced? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, exactly, Nampy. Sao Sao collectors, gotta get that card? Yikes. Thoughts on our Sun and Moon promos? Oh, I have some thoughts, Kevin. I have some thoughts. Here, Mason is selling that Evolving Skies box to a viewer for $2K. Yikes. Lee, send me an email. Oh, let's do the chat. Or the poll. 57 of you say that Gengar VMAX is overpriced. See, thank you. Thank you for validating me. Thank you. See, maybe y'all aren't dusted after all. Oh, another broken chart for TCGPlayer. Magikarp from Paldea Evolved. A Shinji Kanda art that I can get behind right here. Love it. $260 for this bad boy. And exactly, almost exactly, a 1-to-1 sell-through. That's pretty crazy. I like that. Is an art rare worth $260? Should an art rare be worth $260? What's an LP version worth? That's got to be just like people wanting a grade, right? No? I mean, even LP, it's $200, which is crazy. That's wild. It's a lot of money for an art rare. It's a lot of money. But hey, people are buying it. Look, people are buying it. 2 a day on average, it says. People are buying this card. I love it. Like I said, I love Shinji Kanda. I think this is a great card. If it was a SIR. But at this price, I don't know. Felipe, how we doing, Felipe? Good to see you. Any thoughts or hopes you can share on the 30th anniversary set format? Oh, I don't know, Felipe. I don't know. I could get down behind them just doing the similar thing they did with Celebrations. Honestly, I like the little throwback cards, like and then the reimagined cards. I think that's fun. I think that's really cool. I'm all about that. Didn't Phantasmal, I'm assuming you mean Phantasmal Flames, just come out? It did. Axakeo says, basically not to move away from Pokemon market, but I'm just curious to hear more about your thoughts on the TCGPlayer direct changes. Watched your video. Felt like you may have more to say. I don't know, Ax, what do you want to know? What do you want to know exactly? And I'm happy to elaborate. An opening has no business being $200. Yeah, like Mike says, people like art. People do like the art. All right, Bubble Mew. Bubble Mew's always been an interesting thing to me. I've always never liked this card I definitely don't like it at $600. It's like, what, 500 right now? I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it at 500 either. Just because it got to 600 doesn't mean that it should be, or, you know, when it goes lower, that it should be more. Yeah, I mean, look at this graph. Like, this is not a realistic way that a graph should move. You know, this is not a realistic. All right, new poll time. Bubble Mew, room to grow, or gonna pop? I love this. I love doing polls. I love these. This is really fun. This card to me should be like, I mean, looking at all the other cards, 300, 350. Yeah, I don't like it at 600. I don't like it at 500. I don't like it at 400. I kind of felt like here we were like, yeah, that feels right. But now we're up here, and I'm still don't like it. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's what the poll's got to tell me. You guys tell me what you guys think about this card. Maple Lodge says Pokemon should reprint the entire sets of booster boxes of Watsy like Konami did, like they did for the 25th anniversary. That'd be pretty crazy. Also, I don't think they could because you know, Wizards of the Coast printed them back then, so I don't think they could be like 1-to-1, or even similar, honestly. But yeah. People have new tag teams. Ooh, I love tag teams. I would love tag teams to be in the 30th anniversary. That'd be sick. I'd be all about that. Blanca says, and you go doing full arts. They are doing full arts. They haven't said if they're going to be doing it like ongoing or if it's just going to be for this this most recent set in Japan and then in English, but they definitely should. We talk about that as well on the Off Center podcast. If you guys aren't subscribed, search bar the Off Center pod. I'll take it right there. We have a new video coming out this Friday talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And the full arts. Further interest in hearing what you say about, or what you think about the 40-cent minimum. While direct sellers will make more money, do you think there'll still genuinely be movement? Yeah, Axe, I mean, that's the biggest question on that stuff is like, are we going to see buyers just be like, yeah, I like the service that Direct provides. I'm okay with paying the 40 cents per card. I'm sure a percentage of people will be, and a percentage of people won't be. It's going to be hard to know. That's like the biggest question on it, and I genuinely don't know because we've never seen that type of we've never seen a price floor really ever across in a TCG market. Like there's never been a price floor, even if it's just like for a single service. We've never seen that before. I mean, if there's a price floor, there's got to be just like, you got to have the card, you have to have everything, they have to get it all, it has to all be very nicely put together, tied up with a bow, give it a little kiss, you know, like all the little like extra little things that you can do to make sure that you're giving people the best service, or else people are going to stop using it or just not use it at all. Yeah, Bubble Mew does not have a lot of sell-through. And normally when you see a card dip, you'll see a bunch of people like pile on and be like, oh my god, now's the time, finally. So I'm kind of surprised to see the sell-through be as low as it is. It's not low, it's just like, normally when a card skids, you know, however much, when a card skids 25%, normally you see a little bit more. So I mean, and we do, like you see this, the bar graph compared to here. It's here to here. There's definitely more that are selling at this price range. Yeah, otherwise I think this card would probably see like what? Probably sub 100 sell in a 3-month. So Bubble Mew is in a weird place. It got a lot of hype. It got, I think, pumped pretty hard. Pumped, I'll say inorganically. Went up to a crazy price, and now we're seeing it settle, fall down like a leaf, like a feather. And where it ends up, like, look, again, look at the yearly graph all the time and you're like, wow, what a crazy fall it had from here to here. But then it's like, no, we're still up. We're still up 45% on the year. And then you look at that and you're like, oh, okay, it's probably okay. You know, so. But yeah, a lot of movement like here. Like, see how tall these graphs are right here? A lot of movement here. And assuming these guys are still in these cards, and they're just now selling them back in the market, this is a lot of people doing a buyout or buying out the floor. Card shot up, and even here, they can still sell this card and make money because they bought it $350 and it's sitting at $500 right now. So they're still making money if they were to sell it. You know, so welcome to how inorganic and hype-driven markets work. this is kind of like a pretty good indicator of why this works. We'll keep it moving here. Keep it moving here. What do you guys end up on the poll here? Pretty equal, but you guys are kind of agreeing with me that the card has some ways to go if we wanted to lower it down. Let's look at this Meowth. This Meowth was supposed to be like a kind of like a linchpin card for an art rare, because a lot of people said, oh, they loved it. Not Ken Sugimori, but very Ken Sugimori looking. Yeah, this card being at $14 is kind of surprising to me. What's the sell-through on this guy? Oh, pretty good. Again, a 5x sell-through. 70 sold a day. So people loving this card. Definitely a lot of buyers for this card, but I'm just surprised it's so cheap, you know? And with the sell-through being that way, this doesn't make sense. Like there's random Paradox Rift art rares that are like $30. You know, there's like other ARs out there that are just like randomly 30 bucks. For this card to be 15, it feels a little weird to me. It is a cute card. I do like it a lot. I like it a lot at $15. We'll see where it ends up at, but it's a lot to like about a $15 Meowth. A $15 Meowth that has as good a sell-through than the Mega Charizard UPC Charizard. And it's just a regular art rare. It's pretty interesting. And that card is double the price. Also. All right. Look at this Mew. See this bad boy. What a history this card has had. Insane. The growth. Like this is, I'm old and I've been in this hobby for a long time. When this card was selling for like $5, $8, we've learned nothing. You know, we really, like the amount of people that we knew was gonna love this card. We should have been buying the crap out of these guys when they were $5. I hope you guys, I hope some of you guys were out there that bought this card for super cheap, knowing that this card was gonna go up in price. I hope that you have, I hope there's people out there that are sitting on dozens of these, hundreds of these that they bought for $5, because they're going to do very well long term. Sell-through's good. 13 sold a day at $50. It's a lot of that card sold. 7,000 sold last year. Great card, like fantastic card. Like it was feeling pretty good like when it was like 25, 30. We're like, man, crazy, super good. And then now it's $50. And it's just like, oh. Crazy. Very cool. Little Obsidian Flames. Flip over to Near Mint. Holy smokes. $75 for this Zard. I guess that's where it's been, but that feels really high. That was a weird spike. What were y'all trying to do here? Well, that's a crazy little spike. But again, look back at 6 months. We're okay. This is supposed to be the Zard with the hat that everybody hates, you know? This is a cool card. Igawa art, by the way, as well. Everybody loves Igawa. A lot to like there. There's sell-through as well. We are over what's listed currently. That's awesome. 9 sold a day. Had a little bit of a spike right here. 35 sold in January, but Yeah, great looking card. Very cool. X says, Mason, did want to know what you meant further by saying that you sell your Ultra Balls on TCGPlayer. I feel like I'm gonna miss something. Yeah, X. So, TCGPlayer is gonna stock on direct only the cards that they sell the most of and see the most sell through. So a card like an Ultra Ball that sees a lot of sell through on TCGPlayer, not expensive, but sees a lot of throughput. I think Ultra Balls right now are like super cheap, 10, 15 cents. But if people want them and they want to build decks and they're buying them on direct, Ultra Balls have to sell for 40 cents. So for me, I may look at a stack of Ultra Balls and be like, if they sell on direct, I'm only getting like 7 cents for them. It's kind of like not worth it to like focus on those. But at 20 cents, or at 40 cents and I get 20 cents for them, if I can make 3 times the amount of money, I'm a little more incentivized to sell and list Ultra Balls on the platform. If that makes sense. Oh, the birds. Of course, this card is not going to see much sell through, but it does in the past 3 months. And let's do like a year just to like give an idea. Tag teams are in a crazy place. I say this a lot all the time. I've said this on the Outstander podcast. I think I said it in a video here recently. Like the base rarity from Unified Minds, the Mewtwo and Mew GX, just the base rarity one, it's pretty common. That card right now is $90. A card that should be, if it was released today or in a pack today, let's say it's even a cool card, it'd be like $3. And even at the time that this was, those sets were releasing, it was like a $3 card, $3 back then. But that card is $90 near mint right now. It makes me feel kind of icky. Tag teams are a weird one. I might have to do a deep dive or something like that on about tag teams. Check out the Venusaur, another 151. Beautiful card. Has a little holiday inversion as well, but hey, somebody picked up a bunch of them at the beginning of the year. 45 of them. Somebody bought on January the 2nd. All right, Happy New Year. Taking those out of the effect even, we're still pretty positive on the sell-through on this card. I really do fear for, it may not be this month, may not be 3 months from now, may not be 6 months from now, but as soon as 151 SIRs dry up and all the art rares dry up on the market and nobody's listing them anymore, game over. Like, game over for the price of these. These cards will quickly become unobtainable. Especially if you have this entire set, the entire art set across the market. Yeah, there's no reason this can't be a $100 card. $150 card. People are going to want this card forever. Any Kanto Pokemon that's an SIR, people are going to want it. And just look at the sell-through. Again. It's a lot of cards for a set that's years old at this point. It's a lot of cards. We go to this Mega Venusaur. The new Venusaur, the new hotness. Hi, kitty. Again, good positive sell through. We got 5 sold today. $120 for a new Mega Venusaur, But you told me the SIR from 151 is going to stay 70? Where's the logic in that? I'm having a hard time understanding. Yeah, the following the logic in the market on that. Obviously a newer set, you know, less than 6 months old at this point. We're only September 5th, so a little bit further out than this. But yeah, a lot of these SARs it's taking some time to flush through and kind of like bottom out with Mega and Destin Rivals, honestly. So we're still finding a bottom on these guys, but looks like it's pretty stable right now, right around 120-ish. We'll see if it stays there. 120 feels expensive, but yeah, they all look great. Again, they have like the scene from the Bulbasaur, the Ivysaur, and the Venusaur. It's a lot to like. They look great in a binder together. Really cool. So I get it, but I'm kind of surprised it's still that high, especially Venusaur. You know. But speaking of the Bulbasaur, this is the box promo. Not too bad for a free card, hanging at $13. It's pretty good. I like that. What a great choice for the buy box too. I think it's awesome. It's a good choice. Look at the sell through on this bad boy too. Double the sell through in a month. Pretty good. 52 sold a day. Holy smokes, that's crazy. That's a lot of boxes cracked and sold. The promo being sold out of them. You know, it's pretty crazy. And you got to think a lot of these are the you know, like a game store or something, opening these boxes for packs and stuff, and then having these floating around. So kind of gives you an idea of how many of these boxes are being cracked open as well. Not guaranteed. Obviously, these could be, you know, older promos or the same promos being sold over and over. But 1,600 booster boxes opened and then the promo being sold potentially. Yeah. Kind of gives you an idea. Mason, do you have a cat? Yes, my cat is being annoying. Yeah, sorry guys. It's it wants attention pretty bad. It's fine though. We're good. Looking at the Blastoise, let's talk about the Blastoise again. Look at this little inversion right there around the holidays. Oh my goodness, look at that uptick since then though. Crazy. Like actually like on and around Christmas, exactly. Crazy. That's a pretty good little uptick here. Pretty wild. Another like line of 3, the evolution chain that looks awesome together. Blastoise is freaking sick. Pretty good sell through. 8 sold a day. Like, yeah, 151 is, again, when these things stop becoming available, or this market dries up, or the amount of them being listed dries up, there's any sort of slowdown, any at all, like where the prices for these guys are just cooked. All right, my personal favorite out of Destin Rivals is the Cynthia's Garchomp. I think this card is absolutely sick, framed perfectly, just an awesome looking card. Gorgeous. Sell through pretty even, 4 sold a day. Let's see what this 6 months is looking like. Saw a little spike in September, probably when the set was first releasing, and then we're like, uh-oh, there's no more Destin Rivals, and they put it in every product that we had from now until forever, and then it's kind of dropped back down a little bit, probably. But interesting, a little bump graph here. Yeah, $200 for this card is pretty strong, I think. Again, any SIR from like one of the most recent sets is pretty good, but yeah, $200 for a card that you can get from any given pack that's available on the market right now is pretty. This is pretty strong. And again, this is one of 5 SIRs that are just above $100 and close to 150, I think. So a great card. Trending down. What do I see this card potentially being? 150 feels good, feels right. Yeah, I can see like 150 for this card being pretty reasonable. So we might have a little bit further to drop, but I don't know, it's kind of leveled off a little bit. We'll see. Looking at Ancient Mew is always fun. Card was down for a little bit, but yeah. New heights for Ancient Mew. Crazy. This card is pretty phenomenal. If you guys have any like any doubt about like people liking this card or loving this card, like this card is pretty popular. If you ever sell anything at card shows, see anything at card shows, if I take one of these to a card show, it's one of the first things that sell all the time. But yeah, pretty crazy. Hello, Lugia. Oh my goodness, Lugia, what have you done? Huge uptick. Again, what are you doing selling LP Lugia on this platform? Go to eBay. All right, here's a fun one. Here's a fun one because I know where the pricing has been and like what it's doing. Let's take a moment to look at Lugia. I think another, definitely like a generational card, but definitely like a still cool, like, this is a card that's on a lot of people's radar. A lot of people think it's really cool. So, another pretty, like, you say set defining card, but of course it is because it's like the chase for a set. But I would say like at an era of time, like a block of time, everybody was so crazy about this card. So pretty important about the price of this card. Where are we at? 348, so like 350 for this card. Is that a good price for this card? I would say probably not. I think this card feels better at 200, which means it's almost double what I think it should be. But it was also kind of down at that price point for a while, so maybe I just have like price memory of that. I don't know. Okay, let's throw it to the poll. Poll time. Lugia v SIR. I could actually see this both ways. I could see where people are like, oh yeah, this is a $500 card. All right, the Lugia v SIR, is it too cheap or too expensive? Put it in the poll, let me know what you guys think. This one could be pretty divisive. Looks like it's down a little bit. It's actually been on a skid for 3 months now. So was up around 440, probably 450. And we've gone down $100, down to 350. So, yeah. While you guys are voting, Scovillity, hello. That's a great name. What's up, man? I really enjoyed your Lacana video. Great perspective from LGS owner. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Thanks, man. I like applesauce. Friend found 2 Ancient Mews and 6 unlimited jungle packs at his parents' house. Yo, that's crazy. Ernie's here. Just casually live, man. We're just here vibing, hanging out, looking at card prices. Ooh, the Jerkster with a hot take. I like this take. Lugia V pummels Gengar VMAX. I like Gengar too. I'm a Gengar fan. And yeah, this Lugia card is sick. Like actually. And I also think it looks better in person because the texture does a lot for it with the depth of field, like the depth of the texturing, how much it adds to the card. I think it hits pretty good in person. Or hits better in person. So, but 64 of you say it's still too expensive. Yeah, I get it. There's no right choice on that one. See, these are fun. These are fun. All these cards, all these like these middle range cards and like all these Charizard V-Stars, again, you're looking at cards here that were like $20, $25, like less than a year ago, right? Less than a year ago. This one was like 30. This is like one of the more expensive of the Charizard UPC promos. That was the most expensive one, but like, yeah. Just a super sick card. 53, 55-ish, we'll say, right now. That's with the broken chart, so it could be actually more. I don't know. Yeah, this one's broken too, so it could just be broken. Yeah, see, 55. I think this card is too cheap. I think all of these promos are too cheap from the Charizard UPC still. And they've doubled in price like in the past little bit. Good sell through again. Again, we're missing half the month, so actually this is probably like better sell through. 2,200 in the last 6 months, you know, let's even if it's like all equal, right? So let's do 2271 divided by 6, just kind of get a, that's more like 378 per month sold. So above, the monthly sell-through is above what's currently out there on the market. You know, like, I mean, this feels like it could be, again, you look at the rise from like the Sunset Mew from the 151 UPC, how it exploded in price, and now this guy. Across the field, or across all the options of like what's out there, this card feels like it should be $80, $100, as this being like the premier like one. Feels right to me at that price. So this actually feels right now too cheap. I don't know, just a thought, like, you know, measuring everything across the entirety of the market. Just my thoughts. Access, when I first saw this card, I thought it was the Shadow Lugia. Yeah. Kind of does. I mean, it looks like pretty sick looking card. B says underrated the Team Rocket's NATO King. We might hit another page. We might go through another page, but yeah. NATO King's sick, for sure. Oh, Pika. Let's talk about you. We can end this, the poll. 60% of you say the Lugia SIR is too cheap. Or, I'm sorry, too expensive. All right. But again, still pretty even for you guys. So, interesting to see. This card is interesting. This card has been, for a long time, I think, had a lot of strong emotions tied around it, or people like debating whether it was good or bad. I think it's great. I think it's a good card, personally. You know, say what you want about it, but I think it's a cute card. Does the price feel right at 250? There's probably no way we're getting more Surging Sparks. I think we're done probably at that kind of block. Or it might be like one of the first ones, like might be the furthest back they would go if they were like gonna go reprint stuff. I don't know. This one is like, this one's hard, guys. The Pikachu EX. I thought it was pretty expensive at the time because it had been. It's always been pretty expensive. I don't know. It's like the only thing going for Surging Sparks, really, kind of. There's not a whole lot else going on in that set. It's Pikachu, so yeah, you probably should have a little bit of a premium on it. 250 just seems expensive, though. Maybe like 200, 150, 200? 250 seems expensive, though. Clearly, most people do as well, because it's been on a skid. There's just too much else going on. There's too much else to buy in this price range. I don't think the Pikachu, at least for right now, at 250 is just getting a lot of people's attention. I mean, obviously because there's only 60% of this. So. Super interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think about this card in general? Although my Lodic is also in here. Yeah, thank you, Jerk. My Lodic is pretty good too. I think it's pretty close to the same price, isn't it? If you go to Search Sparks. Singles. It's only 100. Okay, so I forgot the Latias EX as well. There's a lot of expensive cards in this set. Surge, this Gold Pikachu, you know. I don't know. It does feel like a lot, just like for the set. I don't know. Surging Sparks is in a weird spot, and it's always been one of those ones that has been weird to me because I don't know if this is like a good price or not for this. You know, I don't know. I've never been like super impressed with. I think the card is fine. I've never been impressed with like the price of it. I guess. Yeah, 150 to 200 feels better to me, frankly. Let's talk Zapdos. Cardiac says I had to watch 4 ads to get to your live. Bro, get premium. What are you doing? No, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know why that did that because I have like the minimum added to there. It's like the lowest setting there can be without it being off completely. So sorry. Let's talk to Zapdos here, guys. Remember this card being like $45 forever? I do. I think even before this, it was like $45. It went to 60 again. And then whatever the heck this did, whatever this was, don't like that. How's sell through? Yeah, almost 1-to-1. Pretty close. This card's weird too. Seven sold a day. It's got a weird spike. Well, it's only 28. Not too crazy. Not completely abnormal. Yeah, just like a good, consistent card, really, the Zapdos. It's not like, not super up, not super down. Like, it's pretty just level. 60, 70. Yeah, feels okay. At least for right now. Again, I just worry about these cards when they all dry up. I don't know what the set's gonna do. Let's look at this Giratina. Giratina up in the past little bit. Giratina is one of my personal favorites. Again, Shinji Kanda. I really love this card. But $600 for this card is too much. This card is too much money. This card was like $400, and that felt expensive to me. How long has that been? Oh god, it's been a hot minute since it was $400. Yeah, it's just 600 just feels so much. Like, to me, there's no reason that Giratina and Lugia shouldn't be like the similar price range. It came out at the similar time. They've never been like level or equal, but to me, it was the end of Sword Shield was so interesting because we were in a hype session and I felt like we were just like kind of like petering out a little bit for like people that like being hyper interested. And you know, like we got these alt arts very sparingly. We got some cool ones here and there at the end of Sword and Shield, but like only one. We had like one cool card, one card like this level every set, and then otherwise we didn't really get. It was kind of like meh, you know. So Giratina was a huge card just because of at the time it was like, oh my god. Nowadays in Scarlet and Violet, and now Mega, like we get this level of art, like 4, 5, 6, 7 copies of it, of a different Pokemon in each set now. So, but at the time, this was huge. The Lugia at the time was a huge card because we just weren't getting a lot of that. It wasn't until Scarlet and Violet we started getting like art rares and SARs like in mass like this. Yeah, so this card, yeah, like where Lugia was, like I would say this should be lockstep with Lugia, which means this card it seems expensive to me. I think 400 for this card feels good. This card in person is insane. The Lugia in person is insane. So both of these, the Lugia and the Giratina being like 400 feels good. But yeah, I think that's just too expensive for this card personally. That is the end of like the cards that I have that I wanted to talk about here, guys. Is there like another card that you guys want to talk about? Or let's ask some questions here. We can shoot for like 10:30 of wrap up time because I've been going. That'd be 2.5 hours at that point. So if you guys want to have any questions or anything specifically for me to talk about, we can talk about, or we can look at other stuff, other cards up if you want. You can open it up to the floor here. Blanket Conga says, how is Gundam doing at your store? It's fine. Again, it's in the same place as Riftbound for me, where it's just like, I'd love to like carry some singles and be able to have it regularly, where people can pick it up and have it be reasonable, but it's just like not, it's just not, I don't have enough of the product, because I can't get out of the product, I don't have enough players to really run it. It's kind of like, just like, I have people kind of show up, but it's kind of stagnant. And if I don't have product, nobody wants to show up to play in the events, so it's just kind of like meh. It's not really doing anything crazy, Blanca. So, another game that had potential, but because they weren't able to print enough, that just doesn't feel great. Cardiac says Zapdos has been a solid 65 for me at vending. Yeah, and it feels good at 65. That's a good-looking card for $65 to me, the Zapdos. A lot of people love this artist. Yeah, War Totems. I love Shinji Kanda is my favorite artist right now, for sure. And this is like, I think, like the perfect art style for a Giratina card. Like this feels appropriate. Like this feels like crazy, chaotic, like Giratina should be. Did we do the Gengar VMAX Alt Art? Yeah, Antler, we did. We talked about, it felt super expensive. We can do it again, or go back to it. Gengar VMAX. We were saying it felt a little expensive for what it was. This card is too expensive to me. Personally, this card is too expensive to me. This card should be, I think I said $400. 400 feels okay for like the time that it's been. And I think all these cards, Fusion Strike, Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, all like the big hits from those sets. 400 feels okay, or feels normal to me. Based on like the age of things, compared to like how far away they are. but you know, hype and different stuff kind of warps that perception of what feels right and what doesn't, you know. But yeah, I would say Antler Light. This feels high to me. What we can see, it's been if you look across the board, it's had some ups and downs. Definitely not a stable card right now. Stable in the sense that it hasn't been below like 550-ish. So it's been in like the same $150 range. So it's been like in the upper 25% of its value for the last year. You know, is it going to crash overnight? Absolutely not. But yeah, as far as like holding it or anything like that, I have no idea. If you were saying Van Gogh, yeah, we can look at Van Gogh. Pikachu, gray belt. Van Gogh's funny. Look at this card, nose diving, crazy. Van Gogh is interesting because I don't know. People are saying with this new art card that Van Gogh's going to go crazy. Why would it? They don't look similar. They don't look similar. They don't look. It's a totally different type of promo. Like it's not even. It's not even comparable to me. Oh, what am I looking at? Oh, what is this near mint? Okay. Van Gogh's interesting. There's not a lot of sell through for Van Gogh, which is interesting because of how huge this card is supposed to be to the hobby, or how, again, a lot of people see it as like a generational defining card, or like a popular card, or a huge card for the market. To only have 31 sell, one a day, feels kind of low to me. I don't know. You just think you'd see more coming and going at this, at the iconic card, like Antler just said. That's such a iconic card. I think it's pretty crazy. Show some undervalued cards or underrated cards. I mean, people were talking about the Sun and Moon promos. We can check those out real quick. Just kind of flip through them. I'll show you guys some crazy cards. Whoops, I didn't mean that. Set. We're gonna do the same promos. I think there's a lot of Sun and Moon promos that are very, very undervalued right now. Let's check them. Going to best selling again. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend like all day on these, but we can go through them. There's all these other tag teams that are pretty good. I love the Pikachu and Mimikyu. These are all kind of like, to say that they're undervalued, I would say not, but I think a lot of like these guys, these cards are pretty sick. Even these are like kind of up here now. I don't know, you start getting into this range. A lot of these are like either like 2-pack blister promos, or like a lot of these were just like single-pack blister promos or something like that. Like a lot of these are just very, very low amounts of them listed. Like 19 of this listed, 10 of the Detective Pikachu listed. Just super low amounts of them. These are like truly pretty hard to find cards, and for it to be like $10, it feels pretty cheap to me, frankly. This Leafeon would be cool, but it's kind of like it's non-hollow, so it's kind of a bummer. Some of these are like that too. Pre-release stamps is kind of like whatever. I'm not like super into them. Back in these times, the pre-release stamped stuff was all unique arts. So like all these ones that have the stamp on them are unique arts. So that was kind of cool when they did that, but they stopped doing that now. But in this era, they were all unique arts. Yeah, I don't know. Like a lot of these are pretty. I think undervalued, but again, like non-foil or non-hollow. I think this is non-hollow as well. I like hollow versions way better. But yeah, like down in this range, if there's like a Pikachu, a Flareon, a popular Pokemon in this range, like this Salamence is pretty sick for $5. Like this Salamence is sick for $5. Look at this guy, and I think this has like the Cosmos foil to it, if I remember right. Pretty cool card. I think this card is super sick. It kind of popped off for a little bit. But yeah, that was a cool card. It's Pikachu also. Go to New Mint. Also pretty good. Since it's settled down, like 75 is still way too expensive for this card. I like this card way better, like $30, $25. But yeah, 75 is ridiculous. This is a cool card, but again, it's like all tag teams, it's too expensive for what it is now. Like all these, you're like 3 years too late, because all these were like $30, and now they're all crazy expensive. But yeah. Stained glass birds. Oh, hello. Hi. Haha. Look who it is. Stained glass birds is my favorite card in the entire hobby. And super cool card. I just like it a lot. No, that was not me that bought all of them out, but they're pretty cool. Cool card. Unique looking cards. I like unique looking promos. Very cool. If I had to choose one Mason, Felt Hat Pikachu, or Dodgers Luffy, probably the Luffy, for real. Like, being honest. Even if they were priced similarly in like the same length of time, I think the Dodger Luffy is a cooler, more unique card. That's good. That's a good point, Steven. All the Van Goghs were graded, so there's like not a lot of raw. The thing about the Van Gogh Pikachu is that there's also a ton of them that were fake, and that kind of puts a stinker on that too, which sucks. Birds in the Creation Trio are unique arts. Yeah, the Creation Trio is like, it's unique looking for sure. Kind of has like a 3D rendering to it. That's like what? Ours? Yes. Yeah, I'll go. Yeah. It is different looking. I mean, a different looking card for sure. Wow, $450 for this card is crazy. Whew. Lucario. Oh, the VMAX? Lucario VMAX? Yeah. Lucario VMAX. Oh, I was going to say, out of stock. No way. But yeah, it's this one. Yeah, this card like last summer was in like my $1 or $2 box for people to buy. And I was like, yeah, this card is too sick to be that cheap. But then now it's popped off. The secret's out, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a super sick card. Very, very cool. I don't know if it's underpriced, but I could definitely see it going higher, for sure. And it was definitely too cheap at like $3, for sure. Oh, Anthony, yeah, sorry. I get to rambling, and then I get talking for 2.5 hours. That's how it goes. Ludicolo. Oh, so I disconnected for a second. Sorry, guys. If I disconnected, sorry. I did not mean it. Ludicolo. Where's all the... What's happening here? Pokemon. English. Ludicolo. Okay. Yeah, this jerky Ludicolo, this Ludicolo is, yeah, for $3, definitely too cheap. Very cool looking card. Undervalued for sure. That's how it always goes when these new ones. That's actually Japanese. Where's the English one? There it is. Yeah. But look at the sell through. 1,700 Ludicolo sold. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, Jerky's a great artist. And yeah, Ludicolo just doesn't have a lot of like. Not a big card. Not a big popular Pokemon, I would say. That might be a hot take, but very, very cool Pokemon, but not a lot of like collectors that are like super into Ludicolo. Doesn't have a lot of cards, honestly, either. Like Ludicolo is like what, Gen 2? No, Gen 3, Gen 4, somewhere in there. Pretty old Pokemon to only have like a page and a half of cards. It's pretty sad. She says the Charizard V alt art from Brilliant Stars. Yeah, let's see. They have alt? Alternate full art. Let's check it out. Let's take a looky-loo. It's down, which is never good. What's it on the year? Yeah. Crazy where we're at in like September. Just a weird price run up and then bop. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's like a good price. I think this card is pretty sick. I do like it. You know, again, one of those early era like alt arts when we first started to get them, like, and could expect them every time. There's a lot of good Charizards, man. There's just a lot of them. Like, even since this card has been made. You have the UPC promos. You have the Mega Charizard SAR. The Obsidian Flames ones. Like, there's so many like good Charizards even since this card was created that it's kind of hard to be like, yes, people want this one in particular. So I wouldn't say like it's like a bad price or a bad thing for this card. I think 200-ish is probably pretty good and kind of like where you could expect it to be. So if you can find it out there for like 200-ish, I think it's a good entry. I don't know what this is in a 10. It might be better just to pick it up at a 10 if it's like $400 in a 10. Might be a better, just a way to lock it in. The Metagross shiny promo from the Ultra Ball is criminally cheap. Yeah, that box is it's big, it's bulky, it's annoying to ship. Yeah, but it's a Metagross though. That's like the only thing it's like really annoying about it is that it's a Metagross. So that's just kind of like whatever. But I think that is about where I want to end it here, guys. We're right at 10:30. That was a full 2.5 hours of me just chatty Cathying it away. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for stopping in. Always fun. I'd like to do this more, so expect it. Maybe we could do something different or some other like little thing I can sit and talk, and or if we wanted to look at something specifically, we could do that. But appreciate y'all for hanging out with me this Tuesday night. I appreciate y'all. And I will see you guys down the road in another future video. And I'll catch you guys all then. All right, have a good night, y'all. Bye.